vlog. It's rainy, which is nice. We got some rain yesterday because we've had like zero rain. It's been really bad. Dry. Oh my gosh, so dry. So lots of things have been going on, but I haven't been able to get on because I've just been too busy. But something happened this morning that I want to share with all of you. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Let me think. Yes, it's Wednesday. And I think I'm changing my weigh-in day to Wednesday because I work Tuesdays and I just don't have time in the morning to weigh in and everything I have to do before I have to get out the door. So I decided, I've been pretty much all summer weighing in on Tuesdays. So I got on that scale this morning. Now, I will tell you, since I haven't been on in a few weeks, I have lost every single week. I think there was only one week this summer I didn't lose weight, but I didn't gain. I think it was a stay the same, but I have been, even if it's just a little bit, I've been losing every week. And I know that for sure because I go see my doctor for my knees, and I was there a few weeks ago and I was down on my weight. Plus, I mean, I'm weighing in every week too. I went last Friday to get shots in my knees, and he walked in. Now, he is real big on me losing weight. He's, that's his main focus, I guess, not my knees and my pain, but whatever. We're just going with it for right now. So he come in Friday and he's like, "You've lost weight." And I said to him, "I've been losing weight all summer." I said, "You don't see it because by the time I get here," so I got there at 10 o'clock, and when they weighed me, and I was down, but I was like, okay, but I was down like 2.3 more pounds when I weighed in that morning. But of course it was 10 o'clock. I had eaten breakfast now, because they recommend you eat breakfast before the shots because sometimes they can make you woozy, I guess. I don't know. And I was fully clothed. So then I was up like 2.2 pounds, and I'm like, okay. But he come in, he's like, "You're down." I said, "Yes." I said, I'm always trying. I'm always losing, even if it's just a little bit. I said, "I've been doing so well this summer." And I said, and it's not that I didn't tell him this, but it's not that I've concentrated on it, but I've been more mindful of what I'm eating, and especially how much I'm eating. And, I've just been keeping myself busy, and, I know I only work one day a week, but then I do work at the club other days and stuff, and just being busy really helps. So, and I think with it being so freaking hot all summer, you don't feel like eating. I've probably never drank so much water in my whole life as I have this summer. So when he came in, he's like, "You're down." And I'm like, "Yes." And I said, but when I weighed in at home this morning, I was even down more. But of course now it's, after 10 in the morning. So he goes, "No, that's good. That's good." So he was kind of like happy and actually very nice to me, which is the first time he's ever been that way to me. And, but he would so anyway, I'll get onto that. Let me tell you where I'm at. I am so happy to tell you all that I have hit my first goal that I wanted to hit. I didn't know when I would hit it. I didn't set a goal of when to hit it. I just have a goal of a certain weight I want to hit first, and then just keep going from there. And I hit it today. So I'm so excited about that. I am down 5.6 pounds this week. It's been a week. It's been a few weeks, let me tell you. It's been, we're busy right now with our festival's going to be happening this weekend, and, everything going on. And then we have our festival next weekend. We have back-to-back, and it's busy. And, but you know what? Normally we'd be like stopping and getting pizza or subs and stuff like that. And I'm so tired at night. I just go home. We have some crackers at home and like cheese and stuff. And I've just been like snacking if I feel I need to have anything, which I know you're going to say, well, that's not good either. You need to eat a meal. I am eating a meal during the day and stuff, but it's just, we've just been so busy. And so anyway, I'm just so happy. I have finally hit my first goal, and it's not even the end of August yet. And why I'm so happy is because I never focus or concentrate on weight loss in the summer. I figure, you know what, that's my break during the year. That couple months off in the summer, I take a break from losing weight. I take a break from tracking. I take a break from weighing in. I take a break. And I didn't do that this year. I just thought, no, I'm just going to keep going because I felt like my momentum was pretty good. And I feel like I have a hair on me, but I don't see one anywhere. So I don't know. I just felt like keep going, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because even if you're losing a little bit, you're still doing fine. So yeah, so I hit my first goal today, and I was like, when I saw that number on the scale, my eyes got so big. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have finally hit it. So I hope that's enough momentum to keep me going, because I really, my goal is I want to be able to buy some nice dresses next year for the graduations and weddings we have. And so yeah, so that's my exciting news. I hit my first goal. And so I'm trying to think overall how much I'm down. I'm down 20 some pounds. I know that. I know it's over 20 now. And I will tell you, my clothes, and I noticed this yesterday. I wore a pair of pants I haven't worn like in a few weeks, just because they're a little bit heavier of a pant, and so I haven't been wearing them because it's been so hot. But like to work and stuff, I like to wear long pants. And a lot of pretty much everybody does. They wear long pants to the flower shop and stuff. So, because it's actually kind of cool in there with all, you're always in coolers getting flowers and stuff. So it's kind of cool in there. But anyway, so I wore the one pair yesterday. I thought, well, I can wear them because it was a nice day and stuff, and working in the shop. And I had to keep pulling them up. I'm like, oh my God. And then I kept stepping on them. And I'm like, okay, I know. And I felt yesterday, I'm like, I think I'm down on my weight, because I am like constantly pulling these pants up, and I'm like, this is a good thing. And like all my shirts, like this is a shirt that I've always worn. They're so big on me, especially up in here, which I know that's where they say you lose most of your weight first. So I ordered a whole bunch of shirts a size smaller, because they're so big on me now, and I don't like that. I think they look, it looks crappy, I think. I wore this today just because I'm going to church and working all day, so so I feel it's kind of crappy clothes now. But I don't know. So that's where I'm at with my weight. Anything else going on? 2 weeks ago, yesterday, our air conditioning at home quit. I came home from work. It was a Tuesday, and I walked in the house. I was like, oh no. It is like hot in here. So and the air conditioner was running, but it was just blowing hot air in. I'm like, ugh. So I shut it off, and my husband came home. I'm like, I think our air conditioner died. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. So he went out and looked at it. He's like, yeah, I don't know. So he called the company they deal with at work all the time and stuff. And so the guy met him the next day, and he's like, yeah, it's shot. And he said so our air conditioner is on its 30th year of existence, or was on its 30th year. So it was old, and it was time. And the beginning of summer and stuff, when it was getting so hot, and when we used to walk in my house when it was really hot outside, and you get that nice cool air, like it would like hit you in the face, like, oh, thank God, cool air. I didn't feel that way this whole summer when I walked in my house, and I thought, I don't think our air conditioner is keeping up with this heat. I had a bad feeling all summer. Every time I'd walk in the house, I'm like, no, it's just not hitting me in the face like it normally does, And then I'm like, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe maybe it's just my whole body's out of whack. I don't know. So sure enough, it was shot. And so the guy's like, you're going to have to replace it. We can't, it's too old to even get parts for it. And then the Freon in it is no longer available. because it's that old and stuff. They have different Freons now, and so $5,000 later, we got a new air conditioner put, but we went a whole week without it in this hot summer, and I was like, oh, it was miserable. Those nights, it wasn't bad during the day, but boy, nights were hot and miserable. So, you know, it's our only luxury. We got rid of our cable TV this summer. I've been cutting back on all kinds of stuff because of, you know, Ray retiring and stuff. And I'm like, it's our only luxury we have now. And I am happy to say that I paid for it with my money from the flower shop I'm making and working the club and stuff. You know, I saved my money in envelopes and stuff, and I had enough money to pay for it myself. So I paid for our air conditioner. I'm very proud of that. So that went on a couple weeks ago. Last Wednesday they put it in, and so we've had it for a week now, and it's been so much. And now I walk in my house, I'm like, oh, there it is. It hit me right in the face. So that happened. Other than that, it's been kind of a quiet summer. Just busy at church, getting things ready for this festival. I know you people are probably wondering, like, oh my gosh, why does she talk so much about a rinky-dink church festival? Because it's huge. It is so huge, and we get over 40,000 people on our grounds during the weekend, and it's enormous, and it's a lot. It's a huge undertaking. So so it's a lot of work to get it ready, to get things prepared. Right now we are starting to bring our product back from the freezer. We rent freezer space at this one place by our church. It's a big Italian, they make frozen foods and stuff, so we rent freezer space and we take all our stuff up there, and so that comes back this week. Some stuff came, every day a little bit more comes back till Friday. So that's happening. You know, the grounds are being set up. Almost all the tents are up. I think we're just waiting on 2 small tents yet. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 tents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are huge. 3 of them are like medium size. So we just have a couple tents yet to go. The smaller ones, the big ones are all up. All the cooler trailers are in. We rent trailers, like refrigerated trailers for the food. Those are all in and hooked up. So today they're gonna get like the griddles out and hooked up, so that last night we cut onion, which my hands, they don't smell bad, but they're a little stained from the onions. We cut 20 50-pound bags of onions up last night, and so today we're going to, tonight we fry them for the pierogi, and then they get put in the cooler, and then it frees up a whole griddle for the weekend, because we used to just fry them as we kept going, but then that only left 3 griddles to fry pierogi. And so a couple of years ago I'm like, why don't we do this ahead of time, and then we don't have to we can have a whole griddle free for the weekend. They're like, oh my gosh. I'm impressed with myself, and I'm going to brag about myself. I've come up with so many good ideas for this festival that have worked out so well for us. The onions, that was my idea. What else did I come up with? I've come up with so many good ideas. And last year, I've been saying for years. Okay, so picture this. There's a big tent. Under the tent it's a hot dog and French fries. It's pierogi and the potato pancake. I've been saying for years, flip-flop pierogi and potato pancake, because so everybody that comes, they wait in a line, and then the line goes all the way down the block, all the way like past the festival grounds, because everybody's in line for pierogi and stuff. And I'm like, if we flip-flop potato pancake and pierogi, we could put pierogi on the end and put pierogi line going the other way, which is down our church parking lot, which has a sidewalk that everybody could stand on and stuff. And they're not in the street. They're not, off the grounds and stuff. And I said, if we do that, then they can, that'll take all the congestion out of where the grounds are at. And so we did it last year. Oh my gosh, what a difference. And it was just so much better. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, why didn't we do that? I'm like, I have been saying this for probably 5 years to switch them around and move that line out of there, because our biggest congested line is Pierogi. So that worked so tremendous last year, and everyone's like, oh my God. I'm like, when you do, like, this is our 13th year of running this festival. So when you do this stuff, you can, you envision, like, okay, how can we make it better, and how can we change things? And so I'm very proud of some of the changes I've made, because it's really worked out well. So, but yeah, so one of our guys who does a lot of the work down there, he turned 70 yesterday. So I'm gonna stop and get a birthday cake for everybody down there for him. And we're just having hot dogs today down there for lunch. And so I'm gonna put those in on a roaster. I'm just gonna grab a couple more packs of buns, and that's it. Then I'm heading down there, and I'll be there all day. I will try to film some of the setup. The baskets are all done. The auction's getting there. We still have some ironing of the table skirting. The ring bologna and onions should be there. I gotta put that into our containers, because it comes in 5-gallon buckets, and then we scoop it and put it in bowls with lids. It's Polish caviar, ring bologna and onion. So that needs done. There's just a lot of things. Tomorrow will be cleaning day. I'll clean the kitchen and the bathrooms and stuff. My program books come today, so I'm excited to see those. So yeah, we just got a lot going on, but so far so good. Everything has been running really smooth. We did have a lot of hiccups with, so the same day Tuesday of that week, our air conditioner when I came home was dead. The next day, the one at the rectory, and thank God we were all down there, caught fire. It's outside unit, but it caught fire. So Ray met with the guy at our house, and he goes, oh, you might as well come to church. So the guy came right to church with Ray, and so we had to get that one replaced. So that got replaced, and then like last week, everything seemed to die. So that air conditioner for the rectory services the upstairs, and then we have another one on the other side of the building that services the downstairs. And of course, it was the upstairs that went where Monsignor sleeps. So he had a week of sleeping in hot weather like we did. And so he says, I'm gonna move up. That girl just pulled out. So last week then we were down there, and the other air conditioner went. Well, it was just a part they needed, just a simple part, like a $20 part, like I forget what Ray called it, but it was something went, and the guy came and fixed it right away. But then our one oven was cooking way too hot. We have this big soup pot. I don't know what it's called. We call it a big soup pot, but it's like a $20,000 piece of equipment, and it looks like a huge soup pot, and then you can crank it and tilt it and stuff, and they cook a lot of the Polish food in it, and like the goulash, the bigos and stuff, because they can get everything in it at once, and it's huge. Well, everyone's always telling my husband, call somebody to have them fix it. We have the money. Don't try and fix it yourself. So he called, and the guy came, and the guy's like, oh, it's shot. It's done. And Ray's like, it's not that old. There's no way it's shot. Ray's like, it just seems like there's a loose wire. So I said, so my husband was going to go down on a Friday, like late at night when they were done cooking, to look at. I said, wait until Saturday. I said, after we set up, Saturday was our setup day in the social hall. I said, when we're all done setting up, I said, when everybody leaves, then why don't you look at the oven and because he said the oven needs a new thermostat. Ray's like, I just put a new thermostat in there like last year. It doesn't need a thermostat. So sure enough, Ray called me and he goes, do me a favor, turn this oven on. So I turned the knob. He goes, now turn it off. So I went to turn it off, and the knob spun all the way around. I'm like, He goes, yeah, the knob is just loose. So he tightened that up and that works just fine. So there's nothing wrong with the oven. And then the soup pot, so there's a crank on it to crank it to tilt it down. And so he opened up that and was looking, and here it was just this magnetic switch. So when they were cranking it, the crank must have somehow bumped the switch and knocked it off. So Ray put the switch on and it just fired up right away. He's like, oh my gosh. So all these, like, everything that, like, I felt like everything was breaking down at once, but then everything ended up being an easy fix. I'm like, that never happens. So so that was good. So anyway, there's a lot of people starting to file in this giant eagle, so I'm gonna get my phone, and I have stuff in the back of my car. I have noodles, I have Gatorade, so I need to go down and unload my car and get my day going. So I'll try to bring you along for a little bit of it, but I just wanted to share my good news on my way in. I'm so happy. I've been working so hard. Went to a picnic Monday and I did so good. I just took like, she had ice cream cake, I took fruit. She had a veggie tray and stuff, so I had veggies. I did have a hot dog, and that was it at that party. And I had water. And then like yesterday, I don't take a big lunch or nothing to the flower shop. I just have a little something to eat. I don't eat a lot there. We don't take a lunch, basically. We get paid the whole day. We don't, nobody leaves for lunch or anything like that. So it's kind of nice, but I've been just really watching what I'm eating, not buying junk out, like normally right now I'd have crap food in my house because we're running in and out and just something to grab to eat. Well, I don't have anything like that. So I've actually been too busy. This is the first time I'm going to a grocery store in weeks. So, and I'm not even going for me. So anyway, I'll be back and I'll show you how everything else is going. Okay, well, here we are Friday morning. Oh my gosh. It's such a busy week. Everything is just about set up. I have a few more things to set up down there today. But right now, Friday mornings are kind of like nice because the health inspection's going on and stuff. So we all stay home till we get the clear from Ray to go in. So in the meantime, I am trying to catch up on some stuff around my house this morning. Just have a small load of laundry to put away. I do have to tell you, when something happens and then you have a thought about it in the back of your mind and you're like, probably shouldn't have done that because I know what happens, but it'll probably be okay. A week ago, my son had to go into school. He's on the rally crew. So they do these, they run the pep rallies and stuff like that. They go to the games. They lead on the student cheering section. And so they did a really, really cute video. If I can tag it or put it in this at the end, I will. It's so cute. So he texted me. He's like, hey, can you send me 2 baby pictures? So I sent him 2 baby pictures. I'm like, what's that for? He's like, we're doing a video. I'm like, okay. Well, the video came out yesterday. It's so cute. But the second I saw it, I thought, well, when he told me what he did for the video, they all do something different, and it's really cute. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I hope nothing happens because he did that. Then I'm like, no, it should be okay. So the other day, he says to me, I think I have an ear infection. I said, oh no, Roman. I'm like, this is such a bad week to get sick. So I'm like, okay. I said, let me call the doctor right away. So I called the ear doctor. Well, he's off. But his daughter is an ear doctor too in the same office. So we ordered these eardrops for him that he always gets when he goes, it's real plugged. I can't hear out of it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So he's got the eardrops. And I'm still in the back of my mind thinking, is it because of that now? Because when he told me what he did, I was like, oh, And I was like, But then I didn't know if he did this certain thing. So what happened was they all did something fun for this video. Well, he decided to jump in the pool at the event center at his school. He jumps in the pool, and in his video, he comes up out of the water in the pool, in the video. And he, his head's all wet and everything. And I'm like, he doesn't have his earplugs in. He's not supposed to be going underwater without earplugs. It was the first thing when he told me he jumped in the pool. But then I was thinking, well, he may not have gone underwater. So then I saw the video last night. I'm like, okay, this is why we have an ear infection. Every time this child gets water or anything in his ears, that right ear just goes bad. So the thought crossed my mind last week when he told me what he did, but then I was like, well, he didn't say he went underwater, so must be okay. Guess what? It's not okay. So here we are, Friday of our festival, and I've got to call the ear doctor and see if they can get him in, because she did order the drops and he's been putting the drops in. Woke up this morning with a bloody ear. Not good. So I pray to God nothing happened to his. I can't think of the name of the surgery or the procedure he had, but I know angioplasty is in it. When he was 8 years old, he started ear trouble at 4 years old, and it started because we put him in swim lessons. Then all of a sudden he started getting earaches and stuff, but he's the kind of kid that he gets an earache, but it doesn't hurt. So he doesn't know he has an earache. The only way we found out or could figure out if he had an ear infection is he can't hear. So, which is a good thing, because he's never ever had pain, but then he loses his hearing. So 4 years old, took him in. Yep, have to have tubes. Okay, did the tubes. Was good for a while, because he was not, we didn't swim much. After that, he did swim for a little bit, but they didn't go underwater a lot. So he was real careful not to go underwater after the tubes and stuff. I think he took swim lessons for 2 years. So then we moved on from swim to soccer and stuff, So anyway, now we're 8 years old, and I'm like, okay, this child is not hearing me. And we've been on and off to the ear doctor in between and stuff, but this time was different. I'm like, he's really not hearing me at all. And I would be like, I'd be in the same room with him, and I'd ask him a question and talk to him, and he was like totally oblivious. And then I was like, I was screaming just to talk to him. And he's like, oh, I can't hear you. Like, okay. And when I took him in, I called him, like, he's not hearing me. So, we had this doctor, and he's real good with kids. He's very animated and, very, he was real good. And I knew that day I took him in, it's funny because we were just talking about this the other day, when I took him in and I said, he's not hearing me again, here we go again, And he's like, okay. So and then he was asking Roman all kinds of questions, and he'd ask him he'd almost whisper to him, and Roman's like, what? And so he goes, okay. He did a lot of cute things like that to just to make sure the kids weren't not messing around or fooling around, but just to know how serious maybe it was. And so he looked in his ear, and this animated, real fun, happy-go-lucky doctor turned to me and said, I have to get my partner in here. This isn't good. And I was like, what? I'm like, okay. So I'm trying not to panic, because and I knew Roman couldn't hear him say that. So I'm trying not to panic, and Roman's like, where's he going? I said, he wants to get his other doctor friend to look at your ear. And he's like, oh, okay. And that's how we ended up with the doctor we have now. So this doctor came in, looked at his ear, and he's like, we have to do surgery immediately. And I was like, what? And it was a Friday, and he wanted to do it on Monday. And here's how terrible of a parent I am. Monday was our big show, our drum corps show that year. And I'm like, I just couldn't drop everything for surgery. I know that's terrible, but so he said, we have to do it immediately. He says, I have openings Monday and Wednesday. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I prefer to do it Monday, but if you can't, Wednesday will be fine. He goes, well, we got to do it right away. And I'm like, okay. I remember calling my husband, and then I was like, I know he felt helpless on the other end, and I'm trying not to panic because the doctor's describing the surgery to me, and he's like, so this is what he says to me. He goes, it's a new surgery procedure we do on the ears. And he said, actually, for years, I've sent my patients, or a couple years, I've sent my patients to Pittsburgh because a colleague of mine came up with this surgery and he does it in Pittsburgh. He said, but then I realized it's happening more and more. So I had him train me on the surgery so I can do them up here. So he says, Roman will be my second patient doing this surgery. So I'm like, okay. And so he explained what they do. Basically your eardrum is round. Roman's was flat, but it was caving in on itself. So he said, right now there's zero hearing going through that eardrum. He can't hear anything. He said, if we let this go on even another full week, he will be completely deaf and never be able to hear again. So I'm like, okay. And so he said, what he'll do is they go in, they like inflate the eardrum. They put a permanent tube in, and then they take cartilage off the top back of your ear and they put that in. And so it's a 2.5 hour surgery. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like trying to explain to my husband. Then my husband's like, well, what happened? What? He's got all these questions. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm trying not to panic. And I remember, like, I just wanted to get off the phone with my husband then and just schedule this surgery and get out of there. And so we scheduled it for Wednesday morning, first thing. And he was actually in surgery almost 3 hours. And we were starting to panic. And I remember he comes out and he goes, nope, success. He goes, just took me a little longer. He said his was really bad. And he had asked us before the surgery if we would sign off and let him video the surgery. He said, I won't show his face or nothing like that, but I want a video doing the surgery for seminar purposes. So he has actually gone around the country and has trained doctors on this surgery now. So we were like, yeah, that's fine. So we did that. And so every time we go in, now he was 8 years old when we had this done. It was almost 10 years ago. Every single time we see him, which is like 10 to 12 times a year, almost once a month, he'll say, RCL, you're my experiment, or my, not experiment, what does he use? The word, protege when I did the surgery, because he still does seminars on it, and he goes, I still show your surgery, and he goes, I always refer to you as RCL. So they're not open till 8:30 this morning, so I have to call there, and I think he's off this week because I called and his daughter actually did the prescription. So, but I thought I can't remember if they said he was off that day or he was off this week. I don't know. So I'm going to call and see if I can get him in today. I'm like, oh my gosh. I feel like I can't put one more thing on my schedule today, but this is so important. And when he showed me the blood this morning, he's like, hey, probably should call the doctor this morning. I'm like, ugh. I said, are you in pain? He's like, no. But he's like, I can't hear. So I'm hoping there's no damage to that. That's all we need is another surgery for him. So I'm going to wait and see till they open. So I'm just kind of, I thought, well, while I'm wasting time, I thought I'd get on here. But I thought I would tell you all, our week has gone fantastic down at church. Everything is pretty good. I have a couple things left to set up and do today, but we'll get that going when I get there, as soon as I get the all clear. But I'll show you my program book. So let me even look and see how many pages it is this year. 88 pages of a program book. here's our cover. So that's our Monsignor. And I took this picture of him. That's our whole cover. I took this picture of him on Palm Sunday. So we at our little church, we do like on big days in the church, we like Roman will have all the altar servers. We have all the altar servers. He's got, everybody. He go full blown Roman. Roman is on big days, like in the Catholic Church. Roman is what they call master of ceremonies. So he's like in charge of the altar servers, and he does like the incense, and he will incense the congregation. He will incense the Monsignor and stuff like that. So after church, there was all the kids were just standing in the back of church. And I said, hey, look at me. I want to take your picture. Because they all look real cute. And so I snapped their picture. And Monsignor is standing on the other side. And he goes, do you want a picture of me too? I go, yes. So I snapped this picture. We have used this picture for everything. So this Monsignor, I mean, he just looks like such a nice man, don't he? And he's very sweet. He's very nice. And, he always says, like, when he's done with you, like done talking to you, he doesn't do this to me or Ray, but like my friend Liz and stuff, she'll talk to him. And then when he's like done with her and he wants to get away, he goes, okay, all right. And then he'll walk away. And that's like our running joke all the time. We're always like, okay, all right, we're done with you. So he celebrated his 50th anniversary of his ordination this year, which I have never experienced that. So the parish council and stuff put on we had a luncheon for him. We had his family there, and we had this beautiful, beautiful mass, and we had other priests come celebrate with him. It was so nice. The church was packed. Everybody was like dressed up real nice. It was such a special day. And we've never experienced that. I've never had a priest experience, or celebrate a 50th anniversary. So, so they asked me, everybody, so they did a big poster of him, and they're like, can you send me this picture of him? So I sent it. So we have a poster of it down at church. It was on the program book for his ordination. It's been everywhere. So I decided this year, I thought, I always put something different on the cover. Last year I did the church altar. So, no, this was 2 years ago. What was last year? I don't even know if I have one up. Oh, wait, do I? Yes. No, this was a couple years ago, too. I've done our grotto. I don't know where any of the other ones are. But anyway, so I decided, I was like, what should I put on the cover? Everybody always gives me ideas. Oh, last year was Mary. That's who it was. Last year it was blue. It was a blue cover. It was so pretty. I don't think I have one in here. So I was like, what? I'm running out of ideas to put on the cover. I try to do something different every year. Like we had our grotto redone. All the stonework was redone. We do now have the missing Fatima child that somebody had stole years ago. But we do have the missing child now. So, it's always, I'm always trying to find something to put on the cover. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put Monsignor on the cover. This is his special year. I was so taken back by that celebration. It was so much fun. And he's a very humble person. He's not extravagant in any way. He's a servant of God. He truly is. And so, I thought, I just thought that would be perfect for the cover. And it's so funny because everybody notices when he was done. So he's carrying the palms, but you can't really see because he's got it covered, but it's upside down. And because mass was over and I think he just turned it upside down. So everyone's like, is that upside down? I'm like, it is, but I think it still looks fine, you know? So that's here. And the back cover is his family from church. They own a business and they put all their grandkids on every year, and that's really cute. I don't know if there's anything else fun in here I can show you. We did a whole page for him too. I took the pictures from his day and I put them in here. We put a big congratulations and then the pictures from his day. This was such a nice picture with all the servers and the priests on our steps of the front of the church, and you know, his family. He's got a brother and a sister and 2 brothers. And so they came in the other day, and so I gave him one. He was I'm just trying to read. Roman's sending me a message now. I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, it was such a fun day. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make it about him this year. And my husband's like, do you think we need to get the pastor to approve or the deacon? I was like, no. I've never asked anybody for approval on my covers before. So, but anyway, I just thought that came out so nice. And so everyone's been like, oh my gosh. You know, they're really, because our Monsignor is very lovable. We had a lot of bad scandal here with priests and stuff, and he's you know, he's not involved in any of that. He's one of the good ones, you know. So anyway, so there's that. It's only 20 after 8. I gotta wait till 8:30, and then I usually wait another 5 minutes because, you know. But let me see what Roman sent me. Hang on. Okay, he's like, if we have to go to the ear, nose, and throat, will you bring me an orange prep t-shirt for the rally today? Oh my gosh, this child. He's wearing red, white, and blue. He's got to put he got red, white, and blue face paint to put on his face for today, for something they're doing for this rally. So, anyway, so I'll try to bring you some snippets along with the festival today, or this weekend. So you probably won't see this video till next week, but and then I'm so happy. So my last video, I believe it was my last video, which was weeks ago, I was at a store trying to buy something for somebody. Well, I was buying a Moon Mammoth t-shirt for Sandy. So I bought one. And then while I was there, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Roman and I one. So we each got one. So I came home, filled out a card for her family, for Mary, because I was telling everybody, you know, send her some love, send her cards and stuff. You know, try to uplift this family while they're going through all this. So I did that. Put the t-shirt in an envelope and the cards, and taped it up real good, put the postage on it, put it in the mail, and I'm waiting. Every day I'm like, okay, because I figure it'll probably take like 3 to 5 days to get there, you know, so I'm waiting, and a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, I'm like, what is going on? And then I happen to think, you know, I sent a package, I didn't go through the post office. I have a postage scale here at our, you know, for our nonprofit. So I weighed it and then I put the right amount of postage on it. But I'm thinking because maybe it's a package and it didn't go through the post office, maybe it got flagged because, you know how they ask you, is there anything liquid, explosive or whatever in your package? And you say no. And so I'm like, maybe because I didn't send it through the post office, it got stuck somewhere. I don't know. It hasn't made it back to me, and it hasn't made it to Sandy. And I was dying for her to get this because I'm thinking, I know she likes that John Oliver, and she's the one that told me what was happening here. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. So last week I was like, this week. Where am I at? Friday. Yeah, this week I thought I'm going to get another t-shirt and sending it the right way and see if she gets it. So I went down, got another t-shirt, but they didn't have the crew neck. They only had the V-neck. I'm like, that's not what I wanted now. But I got it because I wanted to get it to her. And so I said to the girl, I want this overnighted. I said it like almost 3 weeks ago, and she's never gotten it. And she didn't think it should get flagged or anything. She said if you had the right amount of postage on it. And so I said, I know, it was just a t-shirt and a couple cards. And so but Sandy never has received the first one, so I have no idea where it's at and why she didn't get it. But she did finally get the second one. I was so happy. I was so excited to send it to her, and I just wanted her to get it. So I thought she would love it because, you know, she was my I don't know, my person to tell me all about it, and I didn't even know what was going on. So but I think they have one more Moon Mammoth game. I think there was going to be 4 in total. So, but it has generated huge revenue for them here, and they have sold out of the merchandise many times. And when I was there the first time, they had tons and tons of stuff. And then when I was there just a few weeks later, they were down to nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, but I'm finally happy she got it. What else is going on? Not too much with me. I've just been hanging out, getting stuff done. I hate that my kid has to go back to school this week because I feel like I used to make going back to school so special, and now that they go back in the middle of our getting ready for our festival and stuff, it's like, you know, I'm like, do you want me to make you lunch or do you want to buy a lunch? And I bought him all new stuff for his lunch, like a new sandwich holder, and I bought him a new thermos, and I'm like, so I had to hurry up and get all that stuff out the other night. And so I'm like, oh, it used to be special. Now it's like, hurry up, because he's got school this week. So, but he's loving it so far. Yesterday was his first day at high school, and he started his college classes on Wednesday. So, so he's loving it so far. So, and I know he will, because he's very good like that. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I got to hop in the shower yet. And, I'm waiting for 8:30 so I can call this doctor. Then I'm going to hop in the shower. I have one small stuff of clothes to put away. My neighbor's going to take care of my dog all weekend. Thank the Lord. I didn't want to ask her, and I didn't. She actually texted me, and she's like, do you want us to take care of Ollie this weekend? I'm like, yes, please. So Roman's coming home, though, after school today to change, and he's going to let him out and feed him, and then she'll let him out through the evening, and then all day tomorrow and Sunday till we get home. So I bought her, they come down to the festival, so I bought her tickets. I said, I'll have tickets on the counter for you so they can get food and stuff. So then next weekend's no problem, because Roman can run home from the German festival and let Ollie out and feed him and do all that. So I would love to bring him out there, but it's in a park. It's like an outdoor park. Or yeah, I guess a park. I don't know. But I worry about like ticks and stuff, because there's a lot of wildlife out there. And I mean, he gets all the shots, and he takes the deworming and all that. But I don't even want to have one get on him, you know. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, but anyway, so I think I'll let you guys go. See if I can get through the ear, nose, and throat doctor. See what they say. And see how this day is going to turn out. Because now I'm like, I have stuff to do down there, but not a lot. I really don't have too much to do. We've had a real good week of setup, and so I'm, you know, everybody's in a good spot right now. So Now it's just kind of like areas got to get organized. They have all their stuff out in their areas, but they just need to organize it. And so that is that. So I'm going to let you all go for now. I will give you an update of what I find out with my child. And I'll video some stuff this weekend. I'll try to download that video from his school so you can see it. It's really cute. It's based on oh gosh, not Family Ties, not Family Matters. Oh gosh, it's the one with DJ Tanner and the twins. Oh my gosh, why can't Full House? That's what it's based on. It's the music from Full House, and it's kind of like how the Full House opening is. So really cute. So I'll try to get that. I'll see if I can download it and send it to you all. Put it on the end of this video. So I will be back at some point. Okay. Heading to go get Roman. They're gonna see him at 10:40. It's almost 20 after 10. I'm running late because I was I had to shower yet, and so I just, what was supposed to be a nice relaxing morning for me has turned into a freaking rat race, which I cannot stand. So I'm heading to go pick him up. Did they get this whole parking lot done? Because it sure didn't look like that was going to happen yesterday. Oh wow, looks very nice. Our church on the corner repaved their lot yesterday. It looks real nice. But they were like, it was late in the day and they had so much more to go, but they must have really poured it on. So I'm picking him up at the student lot where they park and taking him to the doctor. I emailed the school attendants. I'm like, this is, so the lady that did the attendance, we know her. And so it was so easy. I would just be like, hi, it's me again. Roman's heading to the ear, nose, and throat at whatever time. I'll be there to grab him. She's like, oh no. And so she retired though. So we saw her over the summer. I'm like, I'm gonna miss sending you love notes. She's like, I know. She said, your messages are so fun. She's like, it's not like some of the other ones I get. They're not gonna be there. She's like, you like explain what's going on. And she said, it's so fun to read. She goes, I'll miss that. I'm like, yeah, well, here we are, day 2 of school, and I'm already pulling him out to take him to the ear, nose, and throat. So I called, they called me back. It took them about 45 minutes to get back to me. And then she's like, yeah, so his doctor's in. He was just off that day when we called for drops. So she goes, yes, he wants to see him this morning. I said, okay, what time? She's like, 10:40. I said, yep. So I told him, just go to the student lot and I'll pick you up from there. So I emailed the school. I'm like, hi, this is Edie Linieski, Roman Linieski's mom. I said, he's a senior. He's at his Gannon classes right now, but I'm going to pick him up from the Gannon classes to take him to ear, nose, and throat. He woke up this morning with a bloody ear. I said he has a long history of ear and hearing problems. So I said, we will be back. I said, as soon as we're done, I will drop him off and he will have a doctor's excuse. So I didn't hear back anything. Normally, Mrs. Haft would have said, okay, thanks, good luck. But I didn't hear nothing back this time because I don't know who it is that is working it now. So, oh my gosh, my glasses are so bad. We powdered the Krishiki cookies last night. Took us 3 hours to do 22 bins of them, which I didn't think was bad. I expected to be there like all night because there wasn't very many of us. There's actually just 4 of us packaging and 2 powdering. So, but we have a good system, so it went pretty good. So I was happy with that. But I didn't leave last night till after 10 to get home. And then by the time I got home and did some stuff, it's so hard to not be home for days and days and keep up with your house. And the good thing is there's not much going on. I did a real good cleaning on Sunday. I had some time Sunday afternoon. I'm like, okay, I'm going to clean this house. I got all of our laundry done, but I've been trying to do a load a day. And Roman just brought his down last night. I'm like, I hope we don't need any of this for the weekend. He's like, I don't. But he's got a ton of it. So, oh my gosh, I don't know what the hold up is here, but I'm going to have to cut through because I got to get down there. So so I did a load of his last night, threw another load in this morning, just trying to get, stay caught up on stuff. But it's gone really well this week down there. So I'm really happy about that, because normally, like, come Friday, we have all kinds of stuff to still do. We actually don't. Oh, I cannot see to get out this way. All the signs are up. I just have a couple areas. Okay, I'm gonna have to like sneak out here because I cannot see. I'm just gonna go. I just have a couple areas to do, and then all my flowers are coming today because we decorate our little chapel. The other ladies do the church, I do the chapel, and then we decorate. We put our Czestochowa, we have a beautiful Our Lady of Czestochowa picture we put out, and we put flowers and ferns around it, and then so all my flowers are coming today from the floral shop, and so I'm texting my husband. I'm like, I was supposed to meet the guy from the rectory because he's bringing the credit card machine, and I have money for him. I'm like, tell Ryan I'll end up stopping at the rectory on the way back now, because he was going to save me a trip. He's like, I'll come down today, and I'm like, okay, because I have tons of receipts for him and invoices and money, because we sold tickets ahead of time. We sell the food and beverage tickets ahead of time. And so I have money for him, and I'm like, I want to give that to you right now before, all hell breaks out. But that's too late. So I said, tell Ryan I'll end up stopping on the way back. And then the flowers are coming. The bun guy's coming at 1 o'clock with the hot dog buns. What else? And then I have one more. They shorted me a bucket of lard, and I knew it was going to be short because the guy from the company called me and said, hey, please advise, you're going to be one short. Do you need it? If so, I can get it to you by Friday. I said, yeah, I need it. I said, so bring it Friday. But I said, make sure your driver is well aware. I don't know what is with people pulling out in front of me today. That's the second one now. I said, make sure your driver's aware. It's going to be hell getting down there, especially with a semi today. So he's like, okay. So that's supposed to be coming today. So now what I thought was going to be, I hate, and I don't know why I do this to myself. I'm always like, oh, it'll be an easy day. We're really caught up on stuff. I can just put that together pretty easily and blah, blah, blah. And no, here we are. So just a few blocks away from picking Roman up, and get over there. Hopefully, please pray it's nothing bad, because I said to him, has it ever bled before? He said yes. I say no. I'm like, okay, not that I know if it's never bled. I don't know. So I'm praying nothing is bad going on in there. So I'm going to grab him, do this. I'll let you know the outcome after I drop him back off at school, and go from there. So have a good one. Well, it's Monday, me, and I just want to break in to tell you that Roman has a severe ear infection. It's Monday. Did I say it's Monday? Still having a lot of drainage, so he's taking his drops, doing everything he should. So I just thought I'd give you an update, because I never recorded after the doctor. So back to our program.
Please join in the entrance song. Let the trumpets play. With the Spirit to unite us and bless us here today. Let the trumpets play and call upon the Lord. Let the people.
Okay, it is now Sunday. I did not video a thing all weekend. Oh my gosh, we were so busy. We had a phenomenal weekend. It was it was just crazy. So I ended up working like in the bakery most of the time, in the back room, boxing cookies. I boxed cookies for hours Friday, and I couldn't keep up with, as fast as I was boxing them up, that's as fast as they were selling. We could not keep our bakery tables and stuff stocked at all. It was so crazy. So Friday was just absolutely horrendous. I mean, there was thousands and thousands of people. Saturday was actually really nice because we weren't crazy like Friday, but we were completely steady all day. So there was like lines and stuff, but not bad lines. And there was always continual lines, but it wasn't like the long lines because it was just very steady all. Somehow there's a new feature. I just able to pause my video. Somehow Friday we had a record-breaking night. Saturday we had a record-breaking day. And today we had a record-breaking day. But I will tell you, we had pierogi all the way up till 4 o'clock today when the festival ended. We had Gołąbki all the way to the end. And we had almost everything in our kitchen to the very end. So, you know, we made more, and we had it all. So that was very good. So I should hear no complaints about, you ran out of pierogi on Saturday night. No, we did not. We had pierogi till 4 o'clock close on Sunday. So that worked out really well. So all in all, it was a good weekend. No major hiccups. It was a good weekend. So it's Sunday night. I am exhausted. I was in the rectory today talking with the girls, and I was like dozing off. They're like, do you want to lay down? I'm like, no, I'm just so tired. I'm like, I just can't even keep my eyes open. So I did really well eating, even though I was in the bakery. I'm one of those people, like, you know, everybody, you want pierogi? I'm like, no, I don't want pierogi. Oh my God, why don't you want pierogi? I'm like, we make so much pierogi, I can't look at it. So I don't want to eat it. I looked at so many cookies and breads and stuff this weekend. I did not want to eat any of it, and I didn't. I did so good this weekend. I did have potato pancakes on Friday. You get 3, potato pancakes. And then Saturday, I did have a French fry, and a hot dog. I feel like I was, like, we have hot dogs and fries, and I feel like I was, like, at the kids area. Give me a hot dog. So that's all I ate yesterday. This morning our people in our volunteer area, they do a breakfast. It is so delicious. So I did have breakfast this morning. She had breakfast sandwiches, eggs, sausage. It's just Roman. It's just Roman. So we had a really good breakfast this morning. And then we had our little volunteer mass, which was nice. And that was it. So Roman just got home. I'm hoping Ray comes home soon. So I'm going to end my video that started days ago. And then I didn't video much. I'll try to insert some pictures at the end here and stuff like that. So have a good one. And I'll be back sometime soon because, you know, next week is the German festival.